Welcome to the part second of the video. When we speak about benchmarks, we need to learn one important concept that what is asset class? As we speak, like we are also a hedge fund, the world is having a standard asset class which is called FICC. I repeat, FICC. Now, FICC means fixed income, currency, and commodities. Like American hedge funds, we also take positions in FICC, which means fixed income, currency, and commodities. US banks, just like you have Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Citi, you know, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, and many, they all are valued on FICC. If their FICC is increasing, it means they performed well. If it is cutting down, they performed badly. Just like as we speak, Nomura and many other American banks. Nomura is not an American bank, but many big banks, they reported a drastic fall in the FICC. And street means the analyst, took this negatively. Now in FICC, like I said, we have fixed income, currencies, and commodities. We have benchmark everywhere. We have millions of benchmark in fixed income, millions of benchmark in fixed income. And it is impossible for me to cover all benchmarks in this video. Similarly, we have thousands of benchmarks in currency, especially in the non-deliverable segment, which is called fix. And more importantly, we have again thousands of benchmark in commodities. So we have many benchmarks. There is no doubt that we don't have benchmarks. Like I said, not 99.9%, rather 100%. 100% of the benchmarks are managed by the idiots, which are known as regulators. Since these benchmarks are managed by regulators, the level of manipulation is relatively very easy. But we need to wait before I come to the level of manipulation. I would like to read a line from this Bloomberg Press book, which is, in a close-knit world of derivative trading, a rare field ecosystem where mathematically gifted young men bet billions of dollars of their employers' money on movement in a complex securities few people understand, then came together in restaurants and clubs in the evenings to enjoy the spoils. That is stupidity. Now, first of all, I agree with the line that in a complex world of derivatives. But wait, there are thousands of derivatives which we have. And in majority of the derivatives, the manipulation is not possible. Let me take a concept called forward contract. GBP dollar forward contract, Euro dollar forward contract, Swiss franc to dollar forward contract, Singapore dollar forward contract, Australian dollar forward contract, New Zealand dollar forward contract, Japanese yen forward contract. The manipulation is not possible, or If possible, then it is at spot level, which is called spot fixing. You can fix the spot, and by the way, you cannot fix the spot always. You can fix the spot to an extent. To an extent. So for few seconds, you can fix the spot. Few seconds. The height of stupidity prevails when you refer when you're writing close knit world of derivative. So tomorrow if anyone asks me that if GBP dollar forward contract, can it be fixed? My answer is yes, it can also be fixed, but the probability of fixing this derivative contract, though it is a plain vanilla derivative contract, is relatively 0.001%. GBP dollar, who is also known as cable, spot fixing is possible. I completely agree, spot fixing is possible. But having said that, the spot fixing is only for few seconds. There is no bank in the world as we speak. I'm not quoting anybody's name, but no bank in the world who can fix GBP dollar. Because GBP dollar is traded right from the beginning of the market till the end of the market. Fixing is not possible. So one thing which we need to learn is that when it comes to the benchmark regulation, we have three levels of derivative contracts. Now, whether this is fixed income, whether this is currencies, or whether this is commodities. Number one is the L1, mark to market on a valuation basis. Number two is the L2, mark to model on a valuation basis. Number three is the L3, mark to matrix on a valuation basis. Henceforth, as we speak, derivatives across the globe, whether this is fixed income, whether this is currencies, whether this is commodities, you can take crypto also to an extent, or credit derivatives also. They all are categorized into three parts: L1, L2, L3. The highest level of manipulation starts from the end, which means it is easy to manipulate L3, followed by L2, followed by L1. Henceforth, it is a stupidity to say that all derivative contracts of the globe or a close-knit derivative trading, you know what I mean. That's a very important point. Now, coming to another important topic, which I have seen in this book. On a very often note, they mentioned interdealer broker, which is called IDB. Now, many people even not aware who the hell is interdealer broker. And let me try to give you an example of who the hell is interdealer broker. Guys, what happened? We feel that banks are interacting with each other, like in a OTC market. Or I will not explain OTC again. I have explained OTC many times in my many videos. But in a world of OTC market, assuming Goldman Sachs is interacting with JP Morgan is interacting with Standard Chartered is interacting with UBS is interacting with Barclays interacting with Deutsche interacted with Commerce Bank. So each bank interacts with each other on a fraction node. Now, on a fraction node means less than a second as we speak. And with the advent of electronic communication network, which is called ECN, and soon we'll start videos in that direction as well, The speed is now nanosecond and much faster. Now, when a bank interacts with a bank, we feel that they are interacting directly. No, they are not interacting directly. Many a times there is a person which is called inter-dealer broker, like I said, IDB. And these inter-dealer brokers are often or not often. So often and not often are often and not often large financial institutions who actually facilitate the deal. Now, what they do, let me give you an example. They have a client who wish to sell $200 million GBP, say Microsoft. It's just a hypothetical example. And Microsoft Treasury head called the interdealer broker, I need 1.3614, the best quote, which I'm giving in the market. Interdealer broker contacts 5 banks: Goldman, JP, Citi, UBS, Morgan Stanley. And he's saying 1.3613. 1 bips is the commission which he is charging. Now that commission, how it is paid, that is outside the scope of this video. And by the way, this is outside the scope of this book also. Bloomberg even do not know how interdealer brokers are paid. And they simply mention interdealer brokers. They forget it to explain the whole architecture, how exactly it works. But it is Bloomberg. So this interdealer broker saying Goldman is in a position to give the best rate, 1.3612 as we speak. Though market moves in ticks. Ticks means less than a second. Now he would be calling the Microsoft treasurer and saying, guys, Goldman giving you the best quote. And it's not like the way we speak. It is less than a second on the phone, IMs, instant messengers, and emails and all these. And Microsoft hit the deal. So Microsoft sold 200 million GBP on a spot basis to the Goldman at 1.3613, though they were looking 1.3614, but 1 bips is the commission of that interdealer broker. The only thing I can explain here, Microsoft isn't sure, Goldman isn't sure whether this is market making or whether this is non-market making. That's very important point. But interdealer brokers are the backbone of the financial system. It's not about currencies. It's about fixed income, commodities, credit derivative, structured derivative. They are the backbones. And hardly any effort is being made in the last 20 to 25 years in the world of finance to make sure that their role can be mitigated. So when it comes to the benchmark and the possible manipulation of the benchmark, the inter-dealer brokers play a very important role. See you in the part 3 of the video. Thank you.